Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through a very specific question. Alright, so one that was on the paper that we've recently done, but it was a little bit more. You have to think about it a bit more, which is why I've included it in this week's focus question. And basically, it's a question that requires a little bit more of not only integrations by substitution, but also by parts. Okay, so it combines them both. Obviously, that's not the only way to do it, but this is the way I found that was very useful. So, without further ado, guys, let's hop right into the video. And of course, if you like it, make sure to share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn that notification bell on. Alright, guys, now for number 8, we've got the following question. The constant a, right, is such that the integral of ln x over root x dx between 1 and a is equal to 6. Okay, and it wants us to show that a is equal to e to the power of 1 over root a plus 2. Okay, so the way we go about doing this, okay, is we're going to say this: let u equal ln x, right? If u equals ln x, we can therefore say that du is 1 over x dx. Okay, and what I'm also going to say here is, so we're not really doing this via integration by substitution. We are kind of, but not in the way you'd think. Okay, because what I'm going to say here is x, let x equal e to the u. Alright. So, with that in mind, okay, that's basically saying the same thing here. I can therefore say, well, if du is equal to 1 over x dx, I can therefore say that du is equal to 1 over e to the u dx. Okay, brilliant. So therefore, e to the u du is equal to dx, right? So, if we integrate between 1 to a of ln x over root x dx, we can say that according to our new parameters, we've now got ln a at the top, we've got 0 at the bottom. Okay, because x equals 1, therefore u must be equal to 0, and we can then say, fine, that's equals to u e to the u over e over u to u over 2 du, which is therefore going to equal ln a at the top, 0 in the bottom, right, u e u over 2 du. Okay, perfect. Now we can do integration by parts. Okay, I'm going to do integration by parts. When we do integration by parts here, what I can say is let u equal u, let dv by du equal to e to the u over 2. Okay, so u equals u, dv by du equal to e to the u over 2, right? So therefore, the implication there is that v is going to equal 2e u over 2. Okay, so now we've just made this whole process 1,000 times easier for ourselves, right? Because now I can say that the integral of ln A at the top, 0, ue u over 2 du, okay, is equal to uv, so 2 ue u over 2, right, integrating between ln A and 0. Okay, I'm in this graph. Ln A at the top, 0 in the bottom, 2e u over 2 du. Okay, perfect. Because v du. Okay, so we've made this way easier for ourselves, because now what we've got is we can say 2 ln A e, right, 2 ln A e to ln A over 2 minus 0. Okay, minus, and that's what this represents, minus minus 4 e u over 2, and that's going to be integrated between ln A, between 0 and ln A. Okay, so you integrate this, okay, it's 2e u over 2 divided by half. Okay, so you just get the 4 there. Cool. All right, so you can then say, all right, well, if we simplify this down, we get 2 ln A to the half minus 4 a to the half minus 1. Okay. 4 a to the half minus 1. Which we can then simplify further. We can say it's going to equal a to the half 2 ln A minus 4 plus 4. Okay, if we factorize this, right? So I'm going a bit quick, but if we expand and we factorize, that's what we'll get. Okay. All right. So the next bit is we can say that, okay, we found the integral. How much space we got? We found the integral the next step is to plug in. Okay, so if we plug in now, we get a to the half 2 ln A plus 4 plus 4, that equals 6. Okay, which means then, okay, if we take this down, we get a to the half 2 ln A plus 4, okay, is equal to 2. Right, so we get what? We get 2 ln A 2 ln A, so that should be minus 4 over here. It's quite a tricky question. Right, so we get 2 ln A minus 4 is equal to 2 over root A, right? Which means then that ln A minus 2 is equal to 1 over root A, right? Which gives me ln A is equal to 1 over root A plus 2, right? Ln A is equal to 1 over root A plus 2, which means that A is equal, okay, to E, 1 over root A plus 2. Okay, and that's going to be the final answer as required there. So that's quite a long question. So let's quickly go over how we did that. Right, the first thing we did was we kind of changed it up a bit and we used substitution. We use substitution first, and that's just to make things easier for us later down the line. Okay. With that, we then use by parts. Okay, we use by parts, plugged in our bounds, our new bounds. Okay, and we found our integral. Okay, which we then plugged into here to equal 6. And after that, we simplified, and we got to the answer that they wanted. Okay, and that's that.